Right. Good evening. At least for me, it's evening. I wanna continue this drawing that I started yesterday. The reference is a painting by William Bouguereau called the Nitram, as you can read in the description that I typed up for you. And when we left off, I already said that I would probably notice some things when I return to this, and I have. So let's make some corrections. I've noticed that the tilt of the head is a little bit different in my drawing, so let's correct that. It's not gonna be that hard because I've done it very lightly, so it should be easy to correct. So the tilt should be a little bit more to the left. So this should be a little bit more to the left, and then we can make this more to the left, like this. I think that's gonna look better. That's not the only thing that I noticed. Let's just start with this. So it should be all be shifted a little bit more to the left. And of course, it's not gonna affect the realism, because, well, she could have tilted her head a little bit more to the right, but I just wanna be as precise as possible, just for the exercise, actually. So for the study, it's good to be as precise as you can. Because if you're gonna do a portrait, it will be very important to be precise as you can get. And the tilt of the head should be a little bit more straight. So move that eyebrow a little bit up, and this one a little bit down. And the tilt will be a bit more straight. doing this with vine charcoal, so I can erase it easily again. The thing I noticed is that this foot could have a little bit more of a yeah, more over to the left again. And that will come when I draw the toes in more detail. The skirt could come down a little bit more. Or the dress. That does look better, I think, doesn't it? And also this hand could come up a little bit more. Looking at this arm now, I'm wondering if it comes down enough. Let me see. That compared to the height of the head, maybe it should come down a little bit more. Can just push it with the shading a little bit more down. I'll have to take care of that when I really go into the shading. It's so subtle. It probably won't matter that much. But then again, the other arm shouldn't come more down than this one, this elbow. So it should come down as far. Yeah. Okay. I think this could work like this. really have to concentrate. And this is all so small, this face. Hey, you will. Welcome to the stream. I think you're the first one. Thank you. Thank you. Did you watch the first episode of this drawing? I streamed it yesterday. I was telling about my new charcoals. This is Nitram charcoal. It's supposed to be very good. You'll have to go back. You can always look it up if you want. Anyway, I'm just drawing this painting by William Bouguereau, 19th century painter. Right now I think the face is a little bit too wide. Yeah, full figures. It's definitely a little bit out of my comfort zone, but it's nice. It's very nice to do. So. But it makes the face all the much more difficult because it's way smaller. So. You'll really have to take care of good proportions. I'm still trying to figure out how to use these charcoals. They are very light. It's natural charcoal, by the way. It's just a wooden stick, burnt. All the real artists use it, so well, if it's good enough for them, why wouldn't it be good enough for me? You make them in a tin box? You make your own charcoal? That's hardcore. I just buy them, and I keep them in a wooden box. Actually, they come in a little card box. In the fireplace. Wow. Right. You just make them if you burn the fireplace. Yeah. Well, actually, if you want to make these, it's supposed to be a very special procedure that you have to follow. I think there shouldn't be any air in it while you're burning it. Otherwise, you just get, well, burns to ashes. A cookie tin. Ah, right. That's how you keep the air out. Okay, nice. So, do you use any special kind of wood to burn it, or just any kind? This is a very lengthy process, by the way. I'm doing this shading, all very meticulous. You try different stuff. You have a range of tones each type. Ah, nice. Yeah, maybe I could try it once. Make my own. A light tint of color. That's nice. So you have all gradations of tone values. But of course, you can also use different amounts of pressure that you use on the tool to get different gradations. Yeah, I think I'll have to use a different tool to get more shadow here, because it's a little bit darker than I have it right now in the dress. Maybe I should just use this. Wait, where is it? Here. This is my vine charcoal. You can get large areas. Yeah, as I said, I'm still figuring out how to use the new charcoal that I have. I feel all different kinds of charcoal react very differently. Like you have just the pencils, and you have the compressed charcoal and vine charcoal, and yeah, so it's all very different. I like to use brushes lately to just brush it in, get a nice smooth effect. I should take care not to over saturate it. A mistake that I often make is that I go too dark, and then I have to make other parts darker and darker and darker, and then you end up with some kind of mush. So yeah, brushes are nice, right? I only started using them fairly recently. But yeah, it's nice to have that smooth effect, and you can brush the charcoal, especially the vine charcoal. You can brush it in, that it doesn't smudge that easily. Right. And maybe this one. You can get very precise with these charcoals. So you will also use a sandpaper to sharpen these. I use a sandpaper I bought with them. Yeah, sharpen on those. Stone first the paper. So you sharpen them on a stone? That's what you mean? Or? That could work, I think. Yeah. I mean, like those sharpening stones to sharpen a knife? Those whetting stones, or? All right. Okay. A dry sharpening. Yeah. That works, and it doesn't get dull that much. I think. I suppose, right? because sanding paper once in a while it just get dulled down and you have to buy a new one. It wouldn't happen in with a stone, I suppose. Using paper and then try it. Yeah, it works great. Okay. I should remember that. Yeah, after, of course, the sanding board I got. Wait, I'll just show you. Let's see where I have it. Yeah, this one I got along with it. I just bought it when I bought charcoal, so I used it here. And yeah, I even got 2 extras. I suppose I can peel them off if they ever get dulled down. So yeah, it works very good. But yeah, stone could work as well. So you also draw figures once in a while, or you have drawn them before? Does that foot look big to you? I think it is. It is too big. Alright. You put cloaks on many of them. Ah, that's nice. Because yeah, cloaks are nice if you have the folds like here. They can have nice effects if you look closely how it's in real life, and you can have nice effects with them. And it also makes your life a little bit easier on the posture, I suppose. It conceals a little bit. So do you have somewhere where you keep your drawings online or something? Maybe I can look at them. I would love to see them. Maybe I have a DeviantArt page or something. I used to post every drawing that I made on DeviantArt, but yeah, I lost interest in that site a little bit. But maybe I get back to it. This is so much fun, drawing the that skirt. All the little folds in it. You don't put online much? Need to. Oh. Draw and stuff. You don't have a book like a sketchbook or a tablet with a drawing pad. Well, you can even just use printing paper. Wait, I have some. Well, I don't know where they are now, but maybe it's here. You can just use printing paper. Let me see if I got some. No, it's just one big mess here. So I can't find anything. Maybe this is it. This is it. Alright, this is it. Yeah, this I drew just some printing paper. This one. Just for practice. This one as well. Just a quick sketch. This one was also by a reference of Cesar Santos. That's an artist that I follow quite recently. Thank you. So you can just draw on anything. It does matter because, well, printing paper is a little bit lighter, so it doesn't hold as much charcoal as you would like, probably. But if you wanna post online, yeah, DeviantArt is probably a good place to start. Or Instagram, of course. Yeah, it doesn't hold as much charcoal. That's true. So you really have to work it in. But with the brush, you can, yeah, push it a little bit into the grain. But there's not much grain to push into, but. Do I seal art? Yes, if I really like them, I spray fix it with just regular spray fix, or well, especially made for charcoal drawings. But otherwise, if it's just practice, I just leave it. So probably lots of my drawings are at the bottom of the stack of drawings that I made. Probably a lot of them have faded, but yeah, it was mostly about the practice that I did the drawings. So right. Well, slowly but surely things are coming together, I think. You have faded stuff too, yeah. Well, that's the one downside, if you call it like that, with charcoal. It's yeah, you probably have to seal it if you want to keep it. You don't have that problem with pen or graphite that much. But then again, graphite is... oh, by the way, this drawing that I showed you earlier, this one is done in graphite, and yeah, you can see it. You can even see it right now. It's the shine. I really don't like that shine, so that's why I don't draw it that much in graphite. That's why charcoal is my favorite. Yeah, the shine is horrible. But I heard there are different kinds of graphite that they put a little bit of wax into, or maybe even a little bit of charcoal that doesn't have that shine that much. But I have no experience with that. Maybe that could be a solution to it. Yeah, I think this this painter, this William Bouguereau, he's excellent at those clothings, those intricate shadows that are cast into them. Those are really excellently done. Looks so good, and I really like the fact that you can still see that it's a painting, but it really looks realistic. Now the way you tried color pencil stuff, but hard to find good brand. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the fonts are nice. Well, I heard some brand, the color race stuff. That's what I heard. It's supposed to be a good brand with that. I'm not sure if it's graphite, but it's not charcoal. I haven't tried them. Yeah, I'm kind of failing with the with the cloth and the folds, but when you fail, just smudge it out. That's my motto. And again, here in the this is the light side actually, so the shadows appear darker than they actually are, because in the light side everything should be, well, fairly a lot lighter than on the shadow side, right? So that makes sense, even on dark cloth. But this looks very dark, so that could probably be a little one value lower. It's all very subtle there. And now the tricky part, the hands. Oh, how I fear hands always. Hands are the most difficult human body parts to draw. You have a routine before starting. Before starting a drawing. Yeah, of course, I have to pick the reference. And I always like to just watch the reference for a while, just stare at it, and soak it all in before drawing. And then I sharpen my pencils, of course, and yeah, then I just start. I don't know. But yeah, just looking at the reference for a while, that might really help. Don't you think hands are just impossible? So hard to draw. I think it's because of the fingers. They can move all around. At least in a face, the features are gonna stay at the right place, right? You don't see a mouth moving suddenly up or down, or well, if you speak, of course, but not all the way to the ear, or right? Fingers can move anywhere. That's a crazy. No, they never look right. Well, I always struggle with them. And some people have the natural eye for it, but I don't. I can't do it. And there's something off here, right? It looks too far to the left, I think, this hand, but I'll just leave it, I think. Okay, if something doesn't work, smudge it out. But really, it's there's another reason for that. If you smudge it out, you will smooth the contrast that you made. By just drawing lines, you have a very sharp contrast. Well, the finger is higher than the knuckles. I'm not sure if I see what you mean. These knuckles on this hand. And this finger, yeah, that sticks out, but it looks like it's sticking out too much. I'm not sure. Yeah, probably is too much. The right hand pointing, yeah, exactly. This one, right. You're right. Yeah, that looks better. So this... Yeah, this cloth sticks out more. Right to here. But I feel I'm starting to get that to the point where you start losing your perspective. If you look at your drawing too much, sometimes you just lose your fresh eye. So usually what I do then is start, either I just stop or I just start working on the different part of the drawing, or do something easy, like right now is she's sitting on a bench. If I just draw this line, I can make this part finished more and draw the bucket. That's an easy part, because, well, what can go wrong with a bucket? Of course you can screw it up. And now I jinx myself. Yeah, just move around or take a break or get something to drink or yeah, I can even screw up in proportions on the bucket, you see? I made it too short, I think, but hey, well. Yeah, it sticks out at least to this point. Okay, let's correct that. And then it probably doesn't come down that much. Yeah, it's kind of on the back rim of the well she's on. Yeah, it's definitely more to the back, but it's also perspective, so maybe it doesn't seem that far back. But, oh. This is her shadow. You cast like this. Okay. Do I have the courage to go back to the face again? Yeah, maybe. There, it could come down. It's so very small. This is about an inch, or maybe an inch and a half. So this is so small. I know the painting itself is much bigger. Maybe that's why I like portraits more. You can draw bigger. If you draw a figure, it's always, well, the head is gonna be so difficult. Do you move around you drawing, or? You move it to change of perspective. You move the drawing, or move myself around. I just keep sitting still. But or maybe I don't see what you mean. While I draw, I just sit still. But I probably should walk back and then look from a distance, and then you can get more of a different perspective, if that's what you mean. But yeah, when I make a video, I kind of have to keep drawing, just not to lose interest of the viewer, but changing the angle. Yeah, sometimes putting the drawing upside down, it could help. I've heard that more. Or looking in a mirror. That could also work. But actually what also works very well is take a picture with your phone and then look at the photo. And that usually will give you a lot of information. And I have the luxury now that I'm streaming, so I'm seeing on my screen capture what is effectively a photo, so I can look at it there. That's what I usually do. Yeah, you can flip it, and if you work digitally, you can flip it, like mirror it or flip it around. But I never work digitally, by the way. Yeah, the cost. If you want to work digitally, you need either a very good, like a Wacom pad, or what is actually the best is a Cintiq, and that will set you back at least $3,000 or something. Well, at least the good ones, the ones that you want. That's a little too much for me, because this is just a hobby for me. So I know the portrait artboard one I use it all the time right now. Wait, what happened here? Yeah, meditation. Yeah, it's it definitely quiets you down after a day of hard work. At least for me. I made a boo-boo there. That's better. eyes. Yeah, I definitely can't get as much detail into it as I would want. It's way too small for that. There's no way to get the expression with this small amount. Like the eye is, one eye is like maybe 3 millimeters. Yeah, that's so small. So actually I have to rely on suggestion a lot here. So I'll just suggest eyes and eyelashes maybe. I also have to make sure the form is in, like the eye socket. And there should be a lower eyelid here. I think this is as much as I can do. Well, maybe with my new charcoal. You do that every time you draw a full body, you have just pinhead spot for eye detail, yeah. Oh man, it's so difficult in the scale of things. Yeah, I really like this charcoal for the detail. You can get very precise with it. That's what I like. I think this is about as much as I can do. The detail. Let's just solidify the shadow side a little bit more. That would really help in creating 3D, like the 3D dimensionality of your drawing. It's solidifying your shadows. And with that I mean keep the dark side dark, so even the light spots in the dark, like here on this cheek, keep them dark, and the light side keep them light, so the shadows here are a little bit lighter than on this eye, of course. And of course it makes sense, but our brain sees it in a different way. Our brain sees in the light all shadows become exaggerated. So you think these shadows are actually darker than they in reality are. And this one. Alright, there's an ear here. I shouldn't forget the ear, of course. And this ear is also on, should be on the same level. So around here. And I just draw the shape around it. And And even in the hair there's structure, of course. It's not just a big black blob. But okay, it's been 90 minutes now. I think I will call it a night right now. Yeah, flow the hair the way it grows, but you can. But what I usually do is don't go with the strands, but see it in volumes. Like most of the time, hair can be divided into several cylinders or sphere-like shapes, and I just try to see those shapes and draw these shapes. Like this is like a cylinder. Of course this is way too small to do any of that, but and don't draw strands like this, because well that's not the way that we see hair. We don't see the strands. Yeah, and I think the structure of the face should be, she has a not that wide of a chin, so it should be more like this. Yeah, you're welcome. You're, by the way, if you want to ask me anything, just go ahead. I don't mind sharing the things that I know. I'm no expert by no means. I didn't go to art school or anything, but if I know anything, if I can help you, I'm glad to. Just take it for what it's worth. If someone else tells you to do differently, just yeah, just do what works best for you, I suppose. Thank you. And yeah, I was glad to help you, to that you even learned something. That's great. Um, but I think I will leave it at here. I'm noticing that I can't see the things straight anymore. So I think I will continue tomorrow, at the same time, somewhere. And I should be able to complete this drawing by then. If I work another hour, it should be completed, I think. Yeah. And by the way, the music also stopped, so that's my cue to end this. Thank you for watching, and well, thank you for enjoying it and for learning. That's always nice if that happens. So good night or good evening or good afternoon wherever you are, and see you next time. Bye bye.